Yo, we back at it. Smash and dash with the addition. GB.
Shaq, man, what's up, Shaq?
We in this thing, man. How you doing, GB? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. You know I'm all right.
Man, you
2K.
good? You good?
Why you call that man? You know
Glad,
that man named
glad to be
Shaq.
on y'all show with y'all.
Bro, tell him why your name Shaq. You ain't got time for that. We jumping straight into this shit. This what we do. Huh?
Yeah,
What
man.
happened? Why my name Shaq? You the host? Let me know.
Nah, I'm a wait. We can get deep down into that a little later, but boy, I definitely let the world know why they call you Shaq, boy. My man X said he had about a size 17 where they be pulling down on us down at this pizza shop. Ain't all right, young? Yeah,
Man, listen, man. We finna go and get into it, man. We gonna get into it. We got GB edition with Smash and Dash. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit on us a few topics. You know, we're gonna start off with some that we debated on a little bit a few shows ago. We're gonna tap into the Tony Pollard and Zeke conversation. Smash.
We gotta revisit that.
Yeah. What you think? What you think? What you been liking? What you been seeing?
I love it, man. I can't deny Tony Pollard. I ain't gonna sit here and act like the man ain't been showing dog ass. He's a beast, and I respect everything he's been doing. Just for me, again, I'm still as crazy as it might sound, like I just know how this football is gonna roll out. And you could be having a great year, but you still, like, I was watching the game and they was like, yeah, you're gonna need a closer. And to me, Zeke is just gonna be that closer. I love what Tony Pollard is doing. You know what I mean? I like how he continues to break tackles. He's top in the league for the most tackles broken or yards after contact. So he, what I said earlier, and a couple weeks ago about him being in the box, or them loading up the box, that don't matter versus him. So this is a great debate, dog. But for some reason, I just know that in playoff football, 2K, we both been there. They're gonna need both of them to finish this thing. I don't think that they can just give it to TP and let him run away with it, because I feel like it's going to be different games in the playoffs. You're gonna need both of them, man. It's different when the playoffs come.
Yeah, you're right. When you speak about team aspect, of course, yeah. But when we go to it and we say who is the best guy right now, we have no choice but to say TP is your best guy, especially in today's game with how they want to use the running backs. Last game, I think they ended up splitting carries. I think he had 15 and Zeke had 15. I know he had like 15 for 80 rushing, and then he had like 9 catches for 109 yards, and he had 2 receiving touchdowns. Zeke had 15 rushes. I think he finished with like probably 60 some yards, but he had 2 rushing touchdowons. So it kind of go back to it kind of matched. How many? Tony.
I know how many times was he like? Did they pass to him? How many times was he targeted? Zeke.
No, TP had 9 catches.
That's what I'm saying. So if Zeke wasn't really targeted in the past game,
he wasn't targeted in the past games. I don't know. He probably not. So it kind of go back. It kind of matched our label, Smash and Dash. They got TP doing all the crazy stuff, all the big play. And then they let, like you say, Zeke come in, he get probably the short yardage. He probably go down there, get the goal line carries, and then he's probably the closer at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So they gelling real good together. I like their situation that they got going on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna do nothing but help them down the stretch. Like we said, it gave Zeke time to get healthy, knowing like Tony Pollard can go in there and start games and we won't be missing much, and gave him time to get healthy. But GB, what's your take on those two guys?
Both of y'all right from y'all angles, because that change of pace backfield gonna keep in the team offset. They ain't gonna be able to really like focus on one of them, you feel me? And like how you said, they throwing them more and more out the backfield. You can change stuff up like that. And you need both of them, because Zeke done had that big moment before where he playing in them big games. It's all on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember if Tony Pollard had one of them games where the moment might not be too big for him. Feel me? So I definitely both of them healthy at the same time, that's something to deal with, right? So I like both of them, but the members gonna say TP been doing the best right now, you feel me?
Right.
Zach do got a prove to being who he is, you feel me?
I'm not mad at it.
History to be
Knowing how, like, how Jerry Jones is, he like when he loves his guys, he loves his guys, so he finds a way to try to make it work for both of them. I know Zeke, as like, just being a veteran running back, I know you look at yourself in the mirror and you probably like, man, I can do everything he's doing, but right now it's like it's okay to step back a little bit, man. Like you said, get healthy. You know what I'm saying? This is still a long season. They still got 7 games left. I think it's 6 or 7 games left for
like
the
7
season.
or 8, something like that.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so much left to this season. So I mean, like you said, like both of you guys said, that it's good for them. Like as long as both of them stay healthy, after what I seen them do to my dog, Shirtless Kurt, man, it hurt my heart. I can't believe Shirtless came out there and played like that, and then he ain't dropped no money on the table.
Right.
But
no point at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So when you say that, okay, so all right, let's just say scenario, both of them will come back next year. Who's your starter?
Well, I got to see by the end of this year, Young, because I see
I'm saying
right now.
It's still going how it's going. We going off like right now, how things is right now. If it go to play like that throughout the year, who's your starter?
Well, because I know who I'm paying the most right now, and I know how we can always insert him. If Tony Pollard is going to continue to play like that, well, see, I'm just biased.
Who's your starter?
Simple. I don't know. I don't know. Because what I'm saying is, if we can still, go ahead.
I'm gonna say Tony Pollard, because whoever be the most efficient, that's what I'm gonna say. Because then,
listen, you're right. See, that's why this is what
Tony
changed
Pollard
it.
Got more passion. He got more. He playing for.
Hey,
he got more passion in his.
Now listen to this. This is a true story. Story time. Titans. We were smash and dash. We played Young. This is a true story. One year we go smash and dash. He has 1,200. I have like 800. We go 10-0 to start the season off. First round bye. We go to the playoffs. Yeah, we lose. We lose to the Baltimore Ravens. The next year, they come in. Guess what they do? This is a true story. They feature, and he still go for 2K, and he balled out. We featured him, right? And there wasn't really no smash and dash in that thing. And guess what we started off, Young?
Yeah, I don't think that's the issue though. That wasn't the issue.
I mean, you never.
Kerry Collins at quarterback.
We had Kerry the year before.
Yeah, but which was out of that, and then the defense wasn't the same anymore.
2K, but
so I can't blame it on.
All I'm saying is this: you can assume that because he's efficient this year, that he's gonna come out and do it, and they might even, but that ain't gonna reflect the record, is what I'm saying. Sometimes you can have a great season, but that don't mean you're gonna have the wins and the team stuff. So as far as a team, I don't know what I would do about them, that because I got to see how this year plays out for sure. As of right now, Tony Pollard is a way more efficient, but who's to say if you started from game one, that shit changes. I know that. We've seen it. This is the NFL.
So you don't have an answer.
Yeah, right now, I don't know. I'm going Zeke. I'm staying with Zeke, man. He 2-1. That's my dog. I like the vets. I'm going with vets, man. I just know how they try to throw y'all to the wayside too quick. Like being a veteran in this league, they'll be like, oh, he doesn't have it. He's done. Let's go on to the next guy. And then they'll go to the next guy. I've seen it happen in Arizona with one of my guys, with Chris and David Johnson. No disrespect to David Johnson, but let's move on. Boom. The man had one good year, and now he's been flying around all different teams. So
yeah, but that situation was still different though. You can't that's not the same situation.
What's not the same? You were balling, they tried to push him.
No, I was balling. I got hurt and they put him in.
Zeke got hurt. Zeke wasn't healthy like that. Zeke didn't hurt this.
No, before Zeke got hurt, Tony Pollard still been doing this. Tony Pollard been simply outplaying Zeke the whole year. It's different. It'd be understand in Arizona. If me and him was playing, he was outplaying me. TP been outplaying Zeke the whole year.
What I'm saying is, just because that shit is sugar this year doesn't mean it won't turn to shit next year.
Okay, I gotta start TP. I got to
start him.
I gotta start TP.
Start him.
He's proving it.
I ain't mad at it. Start him.
That's what I'm saying. He's proving it. He's putting the plays up.
Zeke is proving me 6 years, 7 years deep what he's been able to do.
Yeah, I understand that. But right now at this point,
you know that better than anything. That's proven. A year, 7 games ain't proven, Young. We know that better than anybody. Stop doing that. We just now giving Saquon Barkley his credit again because he ain't been playing like that for the last 3 years.
Yeah, so now but what I'm saying is, what you mean he's outplaying him?
I mean, he's doing
He's
good
out
this year,
playing
but
him.
you got
I'm
it.
going
Hey,
TP, bro. You go Zeke. I'm going TP.
Cool. I'm staying with Zeke.
DB
That's
went
just me.
TP. Okay, so since we on that, who is the best team in NFC then?
Shirtless Kirk still. I'm not saying no
How?
Cowboys because the
Can't
Cowboys.
be.
I don't give a damn. Cowboys still got a worse record than them. That's how.
How? It can't be. We just painted them 40 to what, 3?
I don't care. The Cowboys. Listen, one thing I know about the Cowboys. One thing I know about this, and this is facts. They haven't been good since '96. So you can't tell me about no Cowboy nothing. I don't believe in them until they actually win a playoff game. They ain't nothing they can tell me.
But hey, that kind of proved the point though, Deli. If they only got this high with Zeke, and you got something new back there, right? You might get.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Yeah, do that because right. And then when you lose that first playoff game, because y'all over there and they think that the TP gonna get them out the first round, I can't wait to revisit this. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Speaking of these smash and dash combos, 2K and GB, we got them boys. Who is the best smash and dash combo right now? We got obviously we just talked about Zeke and TP. You got Swift and Williams down there in Detroit, which they've been playing some crazy ball. You got Mixon and P. Ryan up there in Cincy, ballers. You got CMC and Mitchell, which I knew with your dog Shanahan, they were going to be doing some crazy stuff. They got Chubb and Hunt in Cleveland, Stevenson and Harrison in New York. Who y'all taking out of them? Well, who's your top 3 out of them 2? I mean, out of them 6.
My top 3, I got to go TP and Zeke.
Yeah.
Then I got to go CMC and Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have went Chubb and Hunt, but it seemed like they done moved past Hunt. Like Hunt, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or right, but it don't seem like they giving Hunt like touches no more. Like
they are, but they struggling down there, man. They in a state of like just bull crap right now.
Yeah, and
hopefully with the return of Deshaun Watson, it'll change. But
like I said before, it seemed like after Hunt asked for the trade, they kind of went away from him. So my 3 is gonna be I like the Swift and Williams. Like Williams leading the league in rushing touchdowns. So I like Swift and Williams for my number 3.
You got some other ones down there like Mostert and Wilson in Miami, Jones and Dillon, because them boys be running the ball. But I'm just like
I like
CMC, Zeke and Swift and them boys right now, like they running. But even them New England dudes, they get the job done. You be looking up and you see that Stevenson kid, he would have like 150, 160. GB, who you
that's
taking?
your top 3?
Shaq, who you take? No, I'm gonna go after Shaq.
Okay.
I like Swift and Wilson. I like them TP and Zeke like 1 and 2. I'm gonna lead like I'm kind of indecisive right there, like 1 and 2. Like it's hard to pick because both of them getting like they give me your math effort and give you a pick. They the team. They the offense really. Feel me? Kind of very strong.
I'm
3,
going CMC and Mitchell though. Number 1 probably.
1. Yeah, I like.
After seeing what Shanahan was doing with them last night, it's crazy.
Yeah, he was doing some crazy stuff with them.
But you know what?
It ain't no smash and dash though. It ain't. So it's kind of hard to compare that though. You feel me? But they all right, but it ain't no smash and dash though.
That's more like dash on dash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jones and Dillon is more the most. Or even TP and Zeke, the most like smash and dash, you know what I mean? Because Dillon be back there, that boy be running that rock. I can't cap, man.
But he haven't even he do, but he haven't. I don't feel like he have played up to what I think he could play up to yet.
But 2K,
you know that we can't compare. We can't compare him, right?
A-Rod don't run the rock up there, man.
We can't compare him, Deli, because we never really know who was the real smash and real dash. You could tell who the smash and dash was them. You ain't never ran no 40 and recorded, so we ain't really got no real.
Man, Shaq,
that's straight cap, man.
That boy Shaq, if you ain't know something, boy, you knew something right there, boy. I give you that. 2K, what you talking about, cap, man? You even said it. We don't know who's.
He ain't got no 40 recorded.
Who's smash and who's dash? You never know, man.
You never know. Oh, hey, don't you forgetting about well, these y'all people, so y'all 3, I didn't say my 3, but don't forget about Cordell and what's his name? Algier, because you gotta think Cordell, like
he different.
Even though he doing what he doing, then he go back there, kick return and take our punt return, take one of them things to the house. So
I was watching that game live.
He played anywhere though.
Yeah, man, crazy.
He played everywhere.
I just feel
Mhm.
like
He went
he's
to
in a
Tennessee.
whole
He went to
category
Tennessee,
by
right?
himself, though.
He went
Mhm.
to Tennessee, right? He was doing the same thing in Tennessee, I think. He went to
Yeah, he
Tennessee,
went to
right?
Tennessee. Yeah, he went to
Yeah,
I
he
Tennessee.
was
think if they
he
put
always been like that. Just put me
Cordell
on the
need to be
field,
on a
coach. I
better
ain't
team,
tripping.
man. If he was on a
Huh?
better team, if Cordell was on a better team, he would
Yeah,
just
he
be
a
lighting
dog.
it up, man. I mean, because he's lighting it up there, but I'm just saying, like, his skills deserved like on a better squad. He needs to be like somewhere on like the Tom Brady's team somewhere. That you
You
know
don't
what I
want to be
mean?
on Brady team. There you
Crazy.
There
go.
you go.
Boy,
He a
Tom
real
Brady
dog.
lead
He
the
a
league.
real dog, though. So
You don't want to be
Last
on Brady right
ask
now.
him. I don't know where Josh
He'll
is,
be
but
practicing.
I guarantee you this. Last time he was on Brady team, he won a Super Bowl. You crazy? We'll be having that man back there catching all kind of passes and stuff. That's just his
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Tom Brady them ain't sniffing the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Practicing.
2K, how you gonna say that?
I said it.
I'm glad you said that. The thing about saying that is, you got to eat them words. You got to stand
Hey,
on that.
it is way. We can bet something right
Tom,
now.
All I know is they
going
lead.
back.
They lead their division. That's all that I care about. So that means they're
Man,
going to
what
the
you want to
playoffs.
bet right now,
I ain't
man?
worried about
Come
that.
on,
Where's your
bro.
team? Who's your team? All that. Why don't you bet the Falcons make the playoffs? How about that, Big Mouth? That's your team.
The
You see them
Falcons. That's
crickets?
your
Nah, they
team.
ain't my
Crickets.
team.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
See, he want to act like we don't, bro. We have a battle along. We've been battling for years
Yeah,
about this.
but what
GB.
I'm telling
His
you
team
is
has
our
always
record
been.
is better.
His
Our
team has
record
been
is better than
Atlanta.
Tampa right now.
But y'all still ain't
Our
division. Y'all
record is
ain't.
better than Tampa.
Who record
And
is better than Tampa?
Atlanta.
He low key.
Y'all the
He
it's
low
the
key
same
like the
record. You
Cowboys,
tripping?
Atlanta.
man.
You know what's
Huh?
crazy? They record
He
better,
low
but they
key.
ain't in the division. They can't go. They ain't gonna be division champs over us. So who
That
cares?
mean y'all in the trash division. All y'all
That
sorry.
don't matter. I've seen people come out 8-8 and win Super Bowls. That don't mean nothing to me. You better ask. Eli Manning.
Nah,
8-8 came out and beat
man.
Tom undefeated. Man, that don't mean shit to me.
Right, he did beat Tom.
He did. That was one of his 10. Hello, you still there?
One of the mannings.
Man,
My team
7-3 in
actually
Super
better,
Bowls. The man 7-3 in Super Bowls, and we still questioning stuff. Come on.
Man, we ain't questioning, man. We already know he a gangster, man.
All right, then. Cut the bullshit. Hey, Shaq. How was Classic Weekend, man? Y'all was hanging or what?
It was all right. It wasn't a typical class, but it was all right. It was still.
They said like 50, 60,000 extra people was in the city, man, hanging.
You had rain one day. You had a lot of
Yeah, right.
Organized with all the roadblocks and all that. So it wasn't the same. It was all right though. Okay. Typical. It wasn't typical, but it was all right. We couldn't complain.
Let me ask y'all a question though. Give me y'all's, hey Young, especially you. Give me your real thoughts on my man up there in New York talking about that he don't feel like it's on him. He don't feel like he let the defense down. Zach Wilson.
Man, Zach Wilson wild for that, man. Like he wild. Like when I be hearing people, especially younger guys, quarterbacks, just people in general saying stupid stuff like that, I'd be like, I could pray that Keith Woodard was on their team and I was a fly on the wall. Cause ain't no telling what he would have said that next day he came in the locker room. Oh my God. That means crazy. Like at the end of the day, like no matter if it's your fault or if it's not your fault, like as the quarterback of the team, you have to take that, put it on your shoulders. Like, yeah, we ain't put up no points. How can't you not feel like you let your defense down if they held the offense to no touchdowns, to only 3 points, and you ain't did nothing? And how don't you feel like you didn't let your defense down? You got to be absolutely insane.
You the quarterback of an offense that only got 100 and something. Yeah, he donkey of the week.
He donkey of the day, man.
That man donkey of the week, man.
He
gonna take the whole week because he out of control. I know if that was my quarterback. Listen, I probably had to line it up with dog. We'll definitely
he got to take responsibility, especially you the leader. And, defense get tired. Like we're gonna do our thing, but we're gonna bang out the whole game like the Jets did. But we get tired. Like, you got to reward defense. You feel me?
You got to.
You got to reward defense. That will keep us motivated, keep them playing.
That's what make it so crazy. Nobody on the defense, when they got interviewed, they wasn't like, our quarterback sucked. They ain't put on no points. They like, shit, we balling, like we trying to woo. And they ain't throw him under the bus, but basically he went out there. I don't say he threw him under the bus, but he ain't take it like how he's supposed to take it. And everybody know that. That's why they get paid the most. When we win, they get the quarterback
2K
get all the glory.
2K. This man in the last 7 games has thrown for let's start off. He's had 250, 210, 110, 121. Then he came back versus New England, had a stellar day, 355. He had he had 2 picks, three tugs. So we'll take that. Whatever.
Just not consistent.
The next week, 150, 1 tug. The next week, 77 yards with a rating of 50. And this man had the nerve to walk in that locker room and act like he wasn't a problem, bro. So you telling me on the season stats, this dude's throwing for 1,200 yards. You got, bro, come on, bro. If you a real quarterback and you just being a real person about yourself, you got to know that, yeah, I'm full of shit and I got to do better, bro. Yeah, I would want to move on with him. I don't know how they going to do it, but they got to figure out how to get him up out of there because he ain't the one, man.
I don't think it, but with just reading off those games and stuff like that, you can see the potential. He's just not consistent.
I can't see the potential in that. He had 355. Like I see a 2. I ain't in that. Like 2K, when you look at the when you look at the top of the NFL and you just like looking at some of the completion rates and like the passing rates, bro, you got Patrick Mahomes that has thrown for 3,200 yards this year.
Right. But man, you gotta think, brother.
Josh Allen 2,900, right? But I don't
think been this good, and like I ain't gonna say this.
That's because of that defense in that running game.
Defense, but with sometimes sometimes, man, bro, you know just like I know how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback. I don't think
2K.
I don't think it's at the point for them to move on right now.
I think they got to move on. Tannehill.
He at least got to be doing what the average quarterback doing.
He ain't doing what the average, man. Bro, Tannehill done missed games and still got 1,600 yards passing. This dude, Zach Wilson, got 1,200, man. He had 70. He had 70 yards passing last game, and his passing rating was 50, and he locked it. 70 yards passing last game with a passing rating of 50 in the NFL. They drafted this man top 5. Can y'all imagine? Let's break this down for 1 week. Can you imagine Jameis Winston? Can you imagine Brissett? Could you imagine Lamar Jackson doing that in them games? They would be, boy, they'd have been kicked their ass up.
This is first year?
Oh, Zach? No, Zach came in with Joey Burrow and all them. So he's up against the clock. He got to go. If you ain't doing what Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson,
I thought he was a rookie.
And he ain't rushing for shit. Hey, Zach, you gotta go. Because I'm sorry, if it was a black quarterback out there putting up them damn numbers, they would have been benched him. I'm sorry. Jameis probably got more yards thrown to him in 3 weeks, and he still got benched. I ain't on that. Hey, Zach, get your ass out of here. Go keep hitting them Krugers like you was at the beginning of the year, boy. You got that thing.
Boy. I feel more. He gets some point. He get an extra year for that.
Oh yeah, not 2K. Hey, give me some. You right too. You right.
For that.
You got it. You right. My bad. Man. I apologize. But here's somebody, mama. He definitely gets some extra years. I apologize. I'm wild.
I get an extra year for that. But yeah, man, we had to jump onto these sports, and we always got to talk about this football because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about a lot more than that, and I know a lot of people. They're going to see this episode and they're going to be like, okay, who is GB? Who is Shaq? Like, why is he on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, my boy been playing ball since we was younger. Yeah. When he was with the Avalanche Wildcat when I was smacking.
Man, you ain't smack.
Ivy Lane Wildcat, hey, young. Now that I know I've been around there, I don't know. Ivy Lane had some. I know they had stick.
They had some what?
They had some stick over there.
Now, since never.
All the gates. We had all the gates on the Wildcat.
Yeah, y'all ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't did nothing.
You won a game. That's all you did.
I'm just saying.
Wait. So 2K and them beat y'all?
We did. Stop
hey, never mind. Y'all ain't got no stick then, man. Y'all let these
Hold on. They knew his game plan was. Hey,
get young outside.
Oh no, he told everybody, why you watching me for? I ain't nobody. Why you telling me watch me?
No, see, that's a good
coach. I
ain't
say you wasn't nobody. I just say they were trash. I ain't say you wasn't nobody.
Nah, he's smart. You gotta watch. He's a
good
coach.
Out of there. Hey, if y'all get him out of there, y'all ain't got to worry about nothing else. It's
gonna be Oreo cookie. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's sweet. It's gonna be sweet.
They're gonna be arguing by second quarter. It's over with, man.
Oh man, GB.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that, and just want to tap on a little bit. So when they, when they watch it, they gonna hear everything that you gotta say, and they gonna take into account of what you've been through or whatever. So, like, just tap in a little bit, like.
What's just going on in the world right now?
A lot of that stuff going on in the world. Me and bro grew up together and stuff, and like I went to school, and bruh, he ended up getting into some trouble and stuff. So just tap in on that. Just tell him a little bit about the
Matter
situation.
of fact, yeah, okay. Matter of fact, I almost got you in trouble. Well, the situation almost got you in trouble. We were together. You were there from college. You know what I'm saying? End up getting in a situation at a nightclub one time. We was kind of too young. Not it was like a teen club, like graduation party. Long story short, I ended up getting in trouble, catching 30 years. I graduated high school May 21st. I went to jail May 28th. Ended up catching 30 years the same year. So I went from in school, just graduated, trying to do a new transition in life. Ended up catching a serious charge, catching 30 years. And so it took me 15 years to get out of jail, to actually get some justice and get the situation corrected. And I had to watch, like, me and Chris together every day. Like, the NFL was, we used to be sitting in the drive-through McDonald's, getting 2 for 2s back then, talking about, hey, when I get to the league, bro, what you gonna get? Well, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, you feel me? So I had to actually experience it being locked up,
Come
watching
on,
it on TV, seeing the
come on.
ESPN magazines, listening on the radio, you feel me? So I kind of lived through you watching it on TV, you know what I'm saying, going through the same thing. But it's a mistake I made when I was 18 years old. Like, if I could take it back, I would have did everything different. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Right.
it's what they know how everybody tell you it's easy to get in trouble and hard to get out of. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a real living testimony. Like, it took 15 years to correct a situation that they knew ain't supposed to go like that. Like,
Yeah.
it took 15 years actually to get somebody just to look at the situation and hear to entertain what's going on. And once somebody, when the judge finally did, they end up giving the situation, well, nah, I only did 15 years, end up getting time served. So it's like, this really my second chance, you feel me, even to be on this podcast talking, because this somebody been watching on TV, listening on the radio, you feel me, if nothing had changed in my situation.
Right.
So like
And what made me so proud of you is, like, coming up where we done came from, we done seen a million people go to jail,
Yeah.
go to prison, get out, be on the same type of
Same
stuff,
shit.
back
Same
in
exact
jail,
shit.
back in that. But you was able to, so I want you to tap in a little bit, because you was able to get out of that situation and start your own business, write
yeah,
your own book. Know what I'm saying? Doing those type of things. So you make sure
Get out
you
and take
don't,
care of your
yeah,
son. You
yeah,
there
you
every
don't go
damn
back.
day.
Yeah, you don't go back to there, and also being able to still get some of those years back that you missed with your son, which y'all going through football together now, and you teaching him the right things and doing stuff like that. So just kind of tap in on some of those things, as far as like you writing your own book and you got your own business and stuff like that, instead of getting back in the streets.
yeah, the whole time I was in there, like, I went through like different phases of my life, but I always used to read everything up under the sun. And I kind of took heed from like the older dudes. Like, when I went to prison, you had dudes who already been there 20, 30 years. They still got 20, 30 years ago. Ain't learned nothing. Their mind state was in the same mind state when they got locked up. So I used to just, like they say, wise people learn from their mistakes, but like the real people, smart people learn from somebody else's mistake. You feel me? So
Right.
Yes,
me,
sir.
like, encountering different people, like different mentors and people through me being incarcerated, it kind of like made me want to do something different. So I used to just read everything. Like, they be like, "What you gonna do when you get out of jail?" I couldn't tell you what I'm gonna do, because they say generals don't make a plan; they just plan for whatever. So I know if I retain and learn much as I can, when I get out, the opportunity to be there, I can take a step in the right direction. So I got out and started me a self preparation tax business. I got a book coming out beginning of next year, like, about my story. Maybe somebody can be impacted by my story. You know what I'm saying, and make a change, or don't do the same mistake I did. You know what I'm saying. So I
Right.
got a book. I got a book coming out beginning of the year, called No Pressure. So the whole no pressure concept comes from, like, it's how you perceive things. If you look at the situation like there's no pressure, I can handle that, it's gonna happen. Just like on the
Yeah.
field, if you see somebody, I know him in front of me, he ain't no pressure, he's sweet, you gonna handle that. Like,
Right.
it's
Right.
on your. So I looked at my whole time being incarcerated, even though I had 30 years, like, I know I'm gonna pay this. Ain't no, I know I'm gonna go home. Ain't no pressure. Feel me? I know there ain't no pressure. Feel me? I'm straight. That's why I stayed balanced. I stayed on my square. I stayed trying to be productive. You know what I'm saying? Positive, moving forward. Everything I did. You feel me? So
Right.
like I said, my son was born. I was in jail. So like I got locked up, my son was born. So I missed all the training and all the stuff you go through as a dad in the early stages and all that. So now I got a chance. Now, you feel me? I'm trying to show him, like, be better than me. That's all I care about. Just be better than me. Like, for my
Yeah.
son, anybody else who coming up after me, just be better than me. Because if I know if I get out here and be successful and I set the bar, now you got a bar that you got to go to.
Right.
Like, my son, I'm showing him, like, we got an LLC now. Well, I was showing him how to, like, well, we got somebody teaching us how to be music producers, you feel me? So I bought all the equipment. So, you know, he playing football, but I don't give him another option. Like, you know, you could actually make music, being a music producer, you feel me? You don't have to be the one rapping and all that, you feel me? So, like, I got my merch going for sale, no pressure. I got my book coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing anything positive, productive, take me in the wrong way instead of going back to the same old thing. Like, I had to read, I had to learn stuff because, you know, they say humans, we are creatures of habits. So I'm only going to do what I know how to do. So me learning and acquiring new stuff and trying new things really got me, like, in a positive direction. Like, just trying to have an effect on somebody.
Right. Yeah. And it's one you left out, bro. And that was like, that's probably like, I understand it now, but that was probably like some of the craziest thing that I ever knew. Know what I'm saying? When you were still incarcerated, you were still in prison. Yeah, you fighting. You don't know if you finna make it out or whatever like that. But you had Airbnbs, bro, when you were still in prison. So it's like,
I used to have a little motto. I used to have a little motto like, man, I'm the hottest on the street who's not on the street. You feel me? So I always try to put pieces in order to try to make sure like I can still be able to do things. I ain't never consider myself regular, so I'm not gonna have the same restrictions on me. So I was trying to line up. I had Airbnb. I had Airbnb 2017. Before people were looking at me like, what is Airbnb? It didn't make sense. You feel me? I had 2 in 2017. Me and you started a trucking business from when I was in prison in 2018. You feel me? From prison, you feel me? So I already knew what direction. I knew I was gonna do something that made something positive productive. So I always wanted to do that. Like, so I was reading, instead of me just reading it, I wanted to try it. So, you know, I'm calling home, hey, bro, let's try this. You feel me? They said this work. But you know how it is. A lot of times they be jail talk. Yeah, I ain't trying to get exactly. Jail talk. He in jail, your teacher talk, he in jail, he don't know how it go. But when people actually start seeing it, like, start making sense to people.
Well, I want to, bro, as a friend that's been around CJ, you know, for the last 15 years. You know, I used to hear the stories and stuff, and then, you know, I finally got to meet you. So I want to give you your flowers because I've seen you come home, and I've seen, like he said, people come and do the exact opposite. But you've touched down on soil, man, and you've did a 360. I see the way you are with your son. You know what I mean? That's, you know, it touches my heart. I never had a dad growing up, so seeing that bond, even though that you've been away, that stuff, I love it. Bro, I love the man that you are, and I love that you stand for stuff, dog. So I want to give you your flowers, man. And I'm proud of you because not all people can come home from 15, reinsert themselves in, you know, everyday life like you have. Well, yeah, 30, sorry, 30, it was 30 on the calendar, but you found a way to come home early, man. So yeah, let me salute you, bro, and give you your flowers. You might be our brother Shaq, and we hang with you every day, but your story for real, bro. No, your story for real, it needs to be heard, and people need to hear it because it can, like you said, we hanging with CJ one day, and then, you know, 10 days later, dog, you say you are going to jail for some stuff, and you look up, you got 30 years. I don't think kids understand that it only takes 10 seconds of some bullshit for 30 years of your life, y'all. So, man, please, if y'all are watching this or listening, man, take heed. This shit is real. We got somebody that's went through it, and he's home. I hope y'all are taking heed to this because this shit is real out here, man. I appreciate your story, bro. For real.
And it show you to, even if you do get in a situation and you behind the walls, don't lay down, don't give up, because it's always,
you got to fight. You got to fight. You got your life on the line. You fight to hell. Your life on the line. You got to keep swinging. Okay, how hard it get. Everybody gave up on you. Everybody quit. Everybody. But as long as you got yourself, you got God in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to keep on fighting, man. Stuff change, man. You be consistent with stuff, it's going to change.
Yeah. So what is your message to the younger generation, like, especially, like, because a lot of younger athletes watch this podcast. So what's your message to them who, like, want to be an athlete, want to be 50% athlete and 50% street dude? Know what I'm saying?
That's like oil and water. It ain't gonna mix, man. You gotta pick a side, man. Like, you can't be no athlete, like, practice, school, then try to be on street stuff, because people not gonna classify you as just no athlete. Like, you know how back in the day, especially like on the West Coast, like, oh, he an athlete, leave him alone, you feel me? He ain't got that was out. It ain't like that no more, you feel me? Like, it's so intermingled right now, like, it'll happen. Like, if you're gonna be an athlete, stay in your lane, do the right thing, focus, get the education. go try to get to the next level. You feel me? Take advantage of the opportunities you got. You can't trying to be an athlete and come back and be in the street like situation. When you like you talk about the Florida Classic daily, Young used to always miss the class because he was in college. We used to be calling, man, come home, man, the classic now. He like, bro, nah, I can't. I got more training to do. Summertime, bro. Come on, now I got summer school, bro. Get my grades right, feel me? He knew how to at that time he was separated himself from not trying to be a street dude and athlete. Like you can't do that. Like it ain't gonna work. 10 times out of 10 is not gonna work. Like you got to pick your lane. I'm not telling you to be a street dude, but you're not gonna be no athlete trying to mix and match in no street because you're gonna get caught up in the situation. Like we had a situation the other day, like y'all know the kid that play on my son's school. They had to be down the drive-through, 5 kids on Jones High School football team. Y'all chasing a state championship. Somebody come and shoot the car. You hear me?
Right. That's
we don't know what's going on, but it's like people associating with kids with, oh, they street dude, they from this neighborhood. You feel me?
Or just where they grew up.
Play football. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't mix that. Like you got to stay. Pick a path, pick a side, but you got to pick a side.
For real.
You definitely
that don't make you less cool. That don't make you less cool because you an athlete. You got an education. You
it actually make you cool.
That don't make you cool. That actually make you way cooler because you really doing something positive.
Yeah.
What you doing can change your family life for the rest of your life.
I swear, GB, talk that shit, man.
Yeah, because situation like
people want that name, but when you get that street name and all that, you don't even mean nothing. You don't want that street credit no more. You can't charge that at no bank. You can't use that at nowhere. Like that don't matter when you get that name.
It ain't getting you out of prison for sure. So,
it don't mean nothing. So that way I just tap in on it because it's like you're gonna have your friends growing up. Know what I'm saying? You're gonna always have time to chill with them, to hang with them, or whatever in certain settings, whatever it's gonna be, or whatever like that. But my whole thing is like, bro, if I play football or basketball, whatever, I need to be hanging with football players or basketball players so we can be getting this training in. We can be, you know what I'm saying? All season, we running track, we doing 7-on-7. I need to be hanging with them. If I'm a street dude, I need to be hanging with street dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the simplest way you can put it. Like, just to, like, if I'm playing football and I know I want to make it pro, I don't have no business like being over here hanging in the hood or doing whatever extracurricular activities over here. That's taking away some of my training or some of my thoughts on this end. You know what I'm saying?
So, even being you a street dude, you be out 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Athlete, you ain't got no business.
Right, you need to be resting in
class. You got practice. You feel me? Like you don't even match. Like you could be cool from a distance. Don't mean you change. You acting funny.
Right.
Listen, even the real street ones, they gonna respect it. Like, listen, this ain't for him. Let him stay over there and do his lane. We applied that. That's the difference. But if a person that hate to see your success, of course they gonna pull you in them same directions. If a person that don't want to see you shine, of course they want you to go get in that car and go, take some stuff or go to the mall, steal some. Of course, man. So just watch your company, man. And like they say, man, make the right decisions, dog. I'm proud of you, GB. That's hard, man.
You got to make the right ones because, like, I know we talk about athletes, talk about street dude, but we not even leaving out just like the regular kids that just they're just in school. Like, still, if you're in school, like, I just pray that everybody go and get a college experience. I don't think they understand what it is to go to college and get that experience, man. Yeah. Like, even if you don't play sports, you still don't need to be in the streets. Go to college, get that experience. Get you a career.
Used to tell me that, when you first went to East Carolina, you like, man, come up here, man. I'm telling you, gonna be straight, man. Just try to apply for the school, but I ain't trying to hear that. I'm on the street, like, man, I'm out here, man. I ain't trying to be going over North Carolina.
It's a dope experience, man. Like,
I wish I would have took the opportunity, like, even prepare myself for that. Like, I be telling them kids, like, man, they be like, well, I don't want to go to school and be an entrepreneur. But what you gonna entrepreneur? You got to learn something.
Yeah, go learn about it. Learn about your trade first.
Hey, Dale, I know you and how many people y'all know from college that y'all still got a good networking system that y'all met in them days back then from all over the country?
We talked to a million. I talked to them nonstop. I ain't gonna lie.
I be making. That's the point I try to make with a lot of kids. Like, you're going to meet some people from all types. You're going to learn different cultures, different backgrounds, how people do stuff. You're going to have a real system network around the country. You can be in the city and call somebody and have somebody you can depend on.
And they become CEOs, CFOs, they become managers, and they become people of major companies. You're right. That's why college is the best experience in life. I don't care if you go in debt or not. You're going to go in debt in life regardless. You might as well go in debt learning some shit, man. Just being realistic.
Right, bro. I can go to almost any city and I got a friend there. Like, and even some guys that ain't even play football, they were just in college. But I can go to any city, and I got a friend that I can call. Or know what I'm saying? And that's the stuff that you don't experience. Like, because everybody that we went to elementary school with, middle school with, high school with, these days you probably don't even talk to them no more.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they still in the same circle though. Yeah, they still
doing the same thing. So it's way much bigger than that. Like, you got to get out and experience the world, man. So I tell all the athletes, all the young kids, everybody, man, even if you don't play sports, go to college and go experience it, man. I don't mean go to no community college in your city and you still go off to college somewhere. Get out of your state, get out of your city.
Get out of your
go
comfort zone.
Experience it, please, man.
Especially with all these kids getting in trouble. Like, you saw all these kids getting killed back to back, shootouts and all that. Like, gone somewhere, like the chance of you getting in trouble is kind of slim to none because you actually gone, you got something to do. Like, you got to be in school, you got all this work, you got something to do. But hang around here, you're gonna get in 9 times out of 10, the chance you get in trouble is great. Just hang around here, going to the same old neighborhood, going to the block every day, hang around people who've been out here forever. Sitting in the same street. Like, that don't make no sense. Like,
But yeah, man, this was a good one, man. Before we get out of here, bro, just let them know what your tax business, where they can find you at. They want to get their tax done. Let them know about your book, when it come out, all that. Anything that you want to promote, go and let them know.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at GB_no pressure. My tax business is Prolific Tax Services in Orlando, Florida. You can contact me at 407-917-2958. My book, No Pressure, be dropping in January. It'll be on my page, so just stay lookout for it. I got a store. I got a real store for it. Inspire somebody. I got a real store.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
I got
you.
It the right way. Ain't no cap. Ain't no cap. I got it the right way.
Ain't no cap in my rap, man. I got
it the right way.
You did.
Yes, sir. Look at the cool kid with the glasses on, man. You know, yes, sir.
Been doing my thing, man. I'm feeling good, man. I was in LA. I leave LA now. You want to show up? That's how people do you. See how they do you, twin?
He didn't tell me that somebody get off the plane. I just seen yesterday. What plane you on?
Yeah, that man crazy. That's how he do it.
Man,
he living, man.
Hey, listen. I know. Hey, you know when they do that? You know, we call him, they call you Shaq, but they call him Band-Aids for a reason. You know my man in LA for them rack aids for a reason.
Yeah, I know he changed.
How much, John? About a 10 ball. Yeah. Look, you see he ain't blink.
Yeah, cooling, man.
A light 10 just to fly in, man.
Yeah, I like that. Light 10 to fly in.
Man, y'all boys crazy, man.
Hey, don't blink, GB. I'm gonna be
out. Y'all having.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna see you in a week or two. I'll be down in Orlando soon. I'm coming home.
All right. Appreciate you.
Love y'all, man. Bye.